sir. I'll speak to everyone. My name is Vedant. I'm from Lucknow, and I got recommended from 34 SSB Allahabad on the 17th of March. Today, when I was asked to come here and speak with everyone, I did not expect this many people to be here because I was a part of one of the first online batches of MAS, which was less people, even a lot less reported here for the offline classes back then. Today, clearly, MAS has grown to quite a bit, and I hope that just the way the teachings of the teachers and the instructors have helped me, I hope they help you in the same way to get recommended. The teachings here have helped me a lot, as the classes for military knowledge, the GK, have always stayed with me and constantly reminded me to keep working on GK and increasing my military knowledge. Along with that, the classes for personality development and the psych classes also stress on the fact that everything will not be handed to us, even though we are part of an SSB coaching. We have to keep working on ourselves, we have to explore ourselves and refine our skills, even if we find that ourselves to be less confident. As right when we keep practicing, we keep refining ourselves, our skills will definitely be increased, and they will definitely help us get recommended. Along with that, teachings of Colonel MP Singh sir, Colonel Adit Buddhiraja, who was the psych instructor back then, have always helped me, and I came here in October. Then I went for my first attempt for SSB, which was for India 147 course. Unfortunately, there were some things that there were some shortcomings for me, and which led to me getting conference out back then. But right after that, when I got conference out, I contacted Colonel MP Singh sir again. I told him that, sir, I've been conferenced out. But I did promise him that, sir, I'll start working for India 148 course right from now for my written examination again.
That is not for TS.
No, sir, I went for
India 147.
Yes, sir. I told sir that, sir, I will start working again right from that point, and I will get recommended, and I will tell you my result when I get recommended. So I started working on myself again. I found that I was physically weak in my physical abilities a lot, and I had to work on my communication skills to quite a bit. So I started working right from then, along with keeping up with my college classes. I was constantly working on my lecturate, my communication skills, how I was writing my psych responses. I kept practicing right from there. For the GTO part, I wasn't, referring too much on the obstacles. I was just keeping the approach for being practical in the GTO task, and I had started playing more team sports, because I knew that one of the most important thing in GTO task is the team spirit and how we are helping our team to get forward and achieve the goals. I worked hard, and I studied quite a bit on my physical abilities, because I was very weak and I wasn't able to do one obstacle in even the group obstacle race for my first attempt for India 147. Then on the 13th of March, as I told sir that I'll be reporting to SSB Allahabad again for my SSB for India 148. In my first time, I had got conference out from 14 SSB, but this time I was going from 34 SSB. On the first day, around 76 candidates had reported, and around I think 20 or 25 were repeaters, and the rest were only freshers. As I don't know what I would say, that my luck was that I got assigned test number 75. I was second last in for the total number of guys that had reported. And right from the first day, our OIR started, as Afsana ma'am had stressed on the fact that we have to keep practicing OIR, especially in the last month leading up to our SSB. So I had been practicing. I had used another book for OIR practice, and another book that was recommended by Colonel MP Singh sir, which was R.S. Agarwal's Guide to Verbal and Non-Verbal Reasoning. I had constantly been practicing for that, so that helped me quite a bit in my OIR test. I'd say that it wasn't too difficult. It was quite easy. After that came our PPDT test. In our PPDT, the picture that was shown to us was quite hazy, and as I was one of the last guys in our group, so I was sitting quite far back from the screen. But I was able to make out that there were around 3 people in that picture, and they were sitting in a restaurant, as it appeared to me. I had missed out one detail, that one of the characters in the picture was holding a camera-like object. I had seen it, but I decided to not include it in my story. Right after that, in the 4-minute that was given to me, I thought that I'll just use it as a simple story. I won't go for too complex of a story. So the theme I decided was it is just a couple of friends who are meeting in their hometown again. They are a couple of engineers, and they decide to hold a career guidance program in their old school and teach or spread awareness to the students on the various career programs that they can plans that they can follow right after the class 12. So I created a story along those lines. I added up details like the main character in whoever is choosing the background of an engineering program is choosing to go for that. He's providing various study materials to them, recommending study material to them, and also leading them to better colleges or college programs. I created this story, and as Colonel MP Singh sir had taught us that once we have written a story, we have to keep revising it in our heads so that we don't forget it. So for the time that we had between when our sheets were taken and to our group discussion, I was constantly repeating the story in my head, even though there were a lot of people who were talking around me, but